Song Xiao knew from the start that her parents were not happy with her date, Li Ge, and likewise, Li Ji's parents were not happy with themselves, having long had a daughter-in-law in mind who was Li Ji's childhood friend. When Song Xiao first brought Li Ge home to meet her parents, the same night she sent Li Ge away, her parents were sitting upright in the living room waiting for her, seriously told her that the two of them are not suitable. However, all this cannot resist the two love hot heart, the two still to talk about marriage this step. Unexpectedly, in the appointment of both parents to meet this day, or make a fuss, Li Ge family is still crowded in the city hut on less than 60 square meters of the old house, doing a little business. Song's mother made the request to marry her daughter. You must buy another suite for the young couple to move out and live alone. Since ancient times, most of the conflicts between husband and wife come from mother-in-law and daughter-in-law conflicts. Mother Song is well aware of this. Mother Li pondered for a moment, revealing a calculating face. In-laws mother, the house is fine. We bought it a long time ago. It's just that my family paid for the house. The decoration money and the dowry car can be paid by your daughter. Li Ji's parents in the third ring rode for them to see a small two-room matrimonial home, written Li Ji's name. By down has not been decorated. However, the house is 2 hours away from the downtown area where they work, which means that Li Ge and Song Xiao will have to spend more than 4 hours in the car to and from their workplace in a day. Song mother can't bear to see her daughter's future to work every day to be so hard, ready to take out their own pension opened. The third ring side of the house is too far. How about I for Shin in the city near a set of 2 rooms, small 2 rooms, your family out of the cost of decoration, how? When Mother Li heard this, she exploded. You're so smart with this calculator. You're paying for the house. It's all premarital property. If they get divorced in the future, the house will still be yours, and our family will have to lose the renovation money. Song mother is also angry. Originally only good intentions to reduce the burden of the young couple. I did not expect Li mother thought so fine. Not married, you look forward to their divorce? Then your house. I will pay for the renovation. Divorced as Shinya is not nothing to fall. The girl child married originally is the man's family. Things are our family Li Ji's. Still want to take things away from the man's family dream. Li mother 2 nostrils towards the sky wrote. The mother of Li thought, anyway, she has prepared a wedding house for her son, and her son is so good, other girls are rushing to get it. Song Xiao always commanded Li Ge to do this and do that, but his own son is still everything at her beck and call, and the Song family also has a younger brother in high school. In case the future is a foodie demon how to do, it would be better to take advantage of 2 people scattered. Song's father and mother were so angry that their livers ached, and Song Xiao was also angry and stared at Li Ge. Song mother stared at Li Ge. Li Ge, this is your marriage to Shinya. What do you think should be done? Li Ge hid aside. On one side was Song Shin's expectant gaze. On the other side was his own parents' pressing posture. Li Ge looked evasive and said, Shin, my parents' life savings are used in buying a house. Now really cannot get the renovation money. My mother life is not easy or not. Song Xiao once said, Li's father has been driving a taxi all his life. No good. I'll rely on Li Ge, his mother, single-handedly support this family. Seeing Song Shin's gaze wavered, Song mother quickly choked. Your mother is not easy, that is your father and your matter. And what is the relationship between our Shin, and did not eat your family a grain of rice to spend a penny of your mother? After saying this, Song father and mother pulled Song Shine out of the hotel, leaving Li mother jumping behind her. The 2 families parted on bad terms. After returning home, Song mother was adamant that she wanted to cut off Song Shin's contact with Li Ge. Look at the critical moment. What idea can he have? But still listen to the fuck. With a family like this, you'd still be suffering if you married into it. Song mother nagged. But Song Xiao couldn't listen to a single word. From college to now, she and Li Ge have been together for 5 years. During these 5 years, Li Ge had pampered her with his obedience and had never even spoken to her out loud. Silly child, Li father sighed. The first time we met, we can see that Li Ge is a person who has no opinion when he is with you. He listens to you in everything. But his mother is so strong when he is with his mother. He also listens to fucking everything today. We just have a small test. He immediately stood on his mother's side. You still can't see it. You can't tell. As her parents were trying to break the ice, Song Xiao fell head over heels in love and started a hunger strike as a sign of defiance. During this period, Li Ge ran to Song's house every day and was heartbroken when she saw Song Shin's cheeks thinning in just a few days. After all, she couldn't argue with her daughter, and Song mother eventually had to agree to the marriage between the two, but only made one condition. The marriage did not need to be organized in a big way, only that the two were not allowed to have children within 5 years of the marriage, and that they had to build a good financial foundation first, or else they would not agree to the marriage. Song Xiao and Li Ge hastily nodded their heads and agreed. When Mother Li heard that Mother Song no longer mentioned the matter of the bridal chamber, and that the wedding did not need to be organized, she thought that she had brought back a daughter-in-law without spending much money, and that she had made a lot of money, and she was even more busy agreeing to the marriage. Unexpectedly, agreed to the next day, Song mother pulled Song Shine to the hospital acquaintances on the contraceptive ring. The young couple this only smooth local married. Because the wedding house is far from the city, and did not decorate, and do not want to live in the mother's home, Song Xiao and Li Ge will rent a 2-room apartment near the company, living a life of 2 people. Because to save up enough money to buy a house in the city, Li Ge proposed. His high salary stay to buy a house. Song Xiao's salary will be used for rent and daily expenses such as living. Thinking that he is not good at business, how much to spend, Song Xiao agreed to Li Ji's proposal. After the wedding, except for the occasional visit of her mother-in-law, Song Xiao was satisfied with everything. After 6 months of marriage, the mother-in-law came to the door every month. When she saw Li Ge doing some housework, her mother-in-law immediately put her face down in a long face and said in a strange tone, "Since she was a child, Li Ge has never even held a broom. When a woman marries, she should clean up everything at home. But letting a man do it, the tradition is lost somewhere." One sentence scared Li Ge into dropping the rag in her hand and sitting on the sofa, not daring to intervene in any household chores. Song Xiao indignantly mopped the floor, deliberately misinterpreting. "Not to mention taking the broom, I grew up not even knowing where the broom is in my house. Are tired all day back, father-in-law no heartbroken mother-in-law back home housework all inclusive. Mum, you're right. Li Ge, you how to lose this tradition. The Li family has always been a cowardly father-in-law took over all the housework." Li mother's face immediately pulled like a donkey ugly. This day, Li mother finally cannot stand it, said whose family whose children are doing full moon wine, Song Xiao married in half a year, how the stomach is still no movement, is not able to give birth to. Song Shirao heard, surprised to look at Li Ge. Is not the mother-in-law know the prenuptial agreement she has been on the contraceptive ring? Li Ji's face changed, quickly pulled Li mother into the bedroom. Half a day did not come out. When she came out from the room again, her mother-in-law had an iron face and slammed the door. Li Ge quickly coaxed Song Xiao, said that in order to be able to successfully get married, and did not explain to the parents after 5 years to have a child this matter, and now has been with Li mother to make it clear. Originally thought that this matter has passed. I did not expect. This day, just after work to the door of the district, the mother-in-law will lead a group of people without explanation will be Songshine tied up in the car. The mobile phone was confiscated. It turns out that after knowing that Song Xiao has already been on the contraceptive ring, Li mother choked with anger in her chest, waiting for Song Xiao to leave work alone, tied her to an acquaintance of their own gynecological clinic, ready to forcibly remove the ring with Song Xiao. What's the point of having a woman who doesn't give birth to children, when in 5 years other people's grandchildren will be playing with soy sauce? Song Xiao was so scared that she kept struggling, but she was grabbed by 2 strong men and couldn't move a muscle. She was so scared that when she got out of the car at the place, her hands were bound, and she took the opportunity to kick over the stall of the fruit stand in front of the clinic, which collapsed at once, and the fruits all fell to the ground. The stall owner stopped them, and Song Xiao took the opportunity to request the police. Not long after the police arrived, Song's father and mother arrived along with Lee Gut. Lee's mother and her party are called into the Public Security Bureau for intentional kidnapping. When they get home, Leech pleads with Song Shin to speak nicely to the police station people, that this is a family conflict, and to release his mother. Song's mother was not happy. This is fortunate to find out, if not found, really bring Shin to the private clinic to mess around. If something happens, who is responsible for this? It's best to lock her up for a week so she knows the error of her ways. Leech was also upset at both ends. Thinking of the scandal of relatives laughing at his daughter-in-law for sending her mother-in-law to the police station in the future, he couldn't help but say angrily to his mother-in-law, "It was all your idea to tell us not to have children for 5 years. What kind of couple needs their mother-in-law's consent to have children?" Seeing Lee Go blame his own mother, Song Shao, a mouthful of anger, also came up. "At first it was your own consent that we got married. No one forced you. Now you want to back out?" Since he was kidnapped and scared, Lee Go did not care about his words, but his mother, Song Zhao's heart immediately cooled down. In the end, Song Shao went to the police station while mother-in-law bailed out. After coming out, only to the home mother-in-law will play a cry, 2, 3, hanged. She sat down on the ground and cried out, saying that his son had a daughter-in-law forgot his mother, which daughter-in-law does not give birth to a child instead of the mother-in-law into the police station. All the relatives know, she might as well die. After saying that, Lee's mother made a gesture to find a rope to strangle her neck. Lee's father and Lee Go were so scared that they hurriedly grabbed the rope, and Lee Go asked Song Shao to apologize to her mother-in-law with a tense face. Looking at her mother-in-law, Song Shao was really afraid that something would happen to her, so she hurriedly apologized to her mother-in-law. Lee's mother saw that Song Shine was soft, took the opportunity to propose that unless Song Shine went to the hospital to remove the contraceptive ring, so as to give birth to a child, or else she might as well be strangled to death by a rope. After saying that, and gestured to strangle the neck, shocked Lee's father and son pounced on the two pulled up again. Song Shao felt very tired, then went into the room alone. Not long after, Lee Go followed and did. Lee Go came in and snapped and knelt down to Song Shao, snotty. "Shine, just promise my mother, the child will be born sooner or later. She has had a hard life. In the end, she can't get what she wants even if she wants a grandchild. Do you really want to force my mother to die in front of our eyes?" Outside the door, Lee's mother was still crying and wailing about dying. Song Shao only felt a terrible headache. Men's knees have gold. Lee Go just like this to her knees. She is ultimately heartbroken. Remove the ring. On the removal of the ring, the child sooner or later is also to be born, if a child can be exchanged for family harmony. She also admitted it. Song Shine's father and mother knew that Song Shine had removed the ring. It was already half a year later. At this time, Song Shine has been pregnant for more than 2 months. Song's father was angry at Lee Ji's backtracking, but also complained about his own girl's inability to fight. The mother was so anxious about this that she couldn't sleep for a night, but unfortunately, it's a done deal. After having a child and still renting a house, Song Shao began to pay attention to the matter of buying a house, and entrusted her friend working in the real estate company to help her keep an eye on it. On this day, Song Shao rushed home after work, told Lee Go, recently came out of a house, price, type, traffic, facilities are very consistent with the requirements of the two Song Shao, to hurry to see how much of their savings, out of a down payment to set the house. After hearing this, Lee Go stammered for half a day without making a sound. Sensing that something is wrong, Song Shin forced Lee Go to put the bank card to check the balance. The results let Song Shin was surprised. The bank card balance is only a few thousand fast money. In the past 2 years since they got married, their income from work plus all their previous savings amounted to more than 300,000 yuan. Song Shao asked Lee Go where all the money had gone. Lee Go had no choice but to tell her the truth. The money was given to his mother, in the name of his parents half a year ago in the Bauhinia Hill area to buy a mortgage house, has been renovated. Song Shin was furious. They saved the money of the couple's hard work. Lee Go actually took to buy a house without saying a word, but also wrote the name of the mother. Looking at Song Shine's cold face, Li Ge instantly knelt in front of Song Shine and confessed. Shin Shin, don't be angry. It's not good to be angry at the child in your stomach. It was my mother who cried out to buy a house in her name, saying that she would only feel at ease if her name was written on it, or else she would have to swallow rat poison for us to see. My mother's life is not easy. I can't really force her to die. Song Zhao's heart cooled down little by little. It was his mother again. What she wanted was her own weight in Li Ji's heart, and she wanted to know whether she and the child in her stomach were better than his strong mother in Li Ji's heart. Li mother dragged Li Ge after 2 days. Li Ge finally went home. After arriving home, Li Ge pulled Song Zhao's hand, his face full of fatigue. Shirao, I've convinced my mother. Tomorrow we'll go to transfer the house, and in the future we'll live a good life. After transferring the household, the two packed up the house and returned the rent, moving to the new house. The days still have to go by. Li Ge knows that I'm sorry for Song Zhao. Also take care of her even more attentively. In addition to work, the rest of the time is given to Song Zhao. Because of the need for care after pregnancy, the father-in-law stayed in the old house to continue to run a taxi. The mother-in-law moved to the new house here in order to facilitate the care of Song Zhao. This day, Song Zhao and Li Ge together from work, back home. Actually, a strange young woman to Song Zhao opened the door. The woman saw Li Ge, immediately warmly greeted up, as if not see Song Zhao in general, helped Li Ge to take the bag to pass slippers, as if she is the mistress of the house in general. It turns out that this woman called Wu Qing is Li Ji's childhood friend from his hometown, and the two were jokingly betrothed when they were young. Wu Qing, her mother, died not long ago. Is Li Ge, her mother, took her over, said Wu Qing just came to the city without support, over to live for 2 days. When Song Zhao saw Wu Qing's bewitching appearance, she felt uncomfortable. I didn't expect Mother Li to bring someone here without saying hello, so it seems that her mother-in-law thinks that her life is too easy. Seeing Song Zhao's face not looking too good, Wu Qing aggressively hid behind Li Ge and whispered, "Did I disturb you guys? I told you that I didn't want to come, but before my mother left, she kept thinking about the love of her old sisters for many years, and insisted that I come to see Andy, so if it's inconvenient I'd better go." Li mother pulled Wu Qing, full of heartache. "This is my home. My son, go, you cannot go. See who dares to give you face." Back then, Li mother's parents left early when she was in her teens. There was no home. It is the Wu family to Li mother as a daughter of her own daughter, like to give her every care. Wu Qing, her mother, is to Li mother as a good sister. What good things are left to her? To Li mother, Wu family is equivalent to her mother's family. Now the old sister died, the mother's family only left Wu Qing, so a daughter cannot tightly pain. What's more, the two families almost became in-laws, if not for a Song Zhao popped up in the middle. The mother of Li has a deeper intention in her heart. Knowing the importance of the Wu family to Li mother, Li Ge also consoled, "You can live here at ease, otherwise my mother's heart will not be at peace." Wu Qing reddened her eyes and leaned towards Li Ji's body, deliberately exposing her puffy breasts and jade arms to Li Ji's eyes, whining, "Thank you, since childhood you have been the best for me. When I was a child, the two families also set to marry me. If it is not encountered, sister-in-law estimates that my 2 children can play soy sauce. You see, I forget. Everything is said outwardly, have forgotten that sister-in-law is still here." Wu Qing looked at Song Zhao, pretending to be chagrined. Song Zhao snorted coldly and turned around to enter the room. Outside the door came the voice of the mother-in-law pulling Wu Qing, muttering, "Only a moment. Wu Qing will be Li." Father and mother giggled. After a while, Li Ge followed in, full of ingratiation. "Wife, I know you feel uncomfortable. Let Wu Qing live here for a few days, and when we find a house, let her move out. You do not know how much love our mother has presented to Wu Qing's family before." Song Zhao did not comply. So a big family all live in her here. How can live under? Moreover, her intuition makes her dislike Wu Qing. At first glance is a white lotus flower. Looking at Li Ge in the middle of the two difficult, Song Zhao thought, forget it, or ask friends to find a house early to let this scourge move out. When it comes to the evening rest time, Wu Qing is even more self-conscious, while Song Xiao in the bathroom painted exquisite nude makeup, wearing this halter nightgown, not even wearing underwear, and ran to Li Ji's bedroom, said that during the day interviews with a few companies. Please Li Ge reference. Li Ge has treated Wu Qing as his own little sister since he was a child, and he didn't feel any difference. Seeing Wu Qing looking at himself with anticipation, he seriously analyzed the pros and cons of each company for Wu Qing. When Song Xiao returned to the bedroom after showering, she saw Wu Qing's white boobs swaying in front of her eyes, and couldn't wait for the whole person to hang on Li Ge. She took up the perfume on the bed and intentionally sprayed it all over the room. Where is the foxy flavor that is choking the roof off? Wu Qing's face was red for a while and white for a while. Song Xiao pretended not to see it and said with a concerned face, "Wu Qing, it's you. You're still wearing such thick makeup after taking a bath in the middle of the night. If you use too much makeup, it will affect your endocrine system, and you'll easily enter menopause early." Wu Qing's face was red for a while, gray, and ran out of the room. Song Xiao carried Li Ji's ear, pretending to be fierce. "In the future, except for me and your mother, no one of the opposite sex is allowed to enter my room alone, especially alone with you. Not even a female mosquito." Li Ji snorted and laughed, looking at Song Xiao's jealous little look, as if he had returned to the time when the two of them were in love. He reached out and stroked Song Xiao's stomach, saying to it, "Little one, you come out quickly, or your mother will bully me to death." The two made a mess again. Outside the door of the room, Wu Qing heard the two of them, Li Ge and Song Xiao, fighting, and a trace of jealousy surged to her heart. Song Xiao's stomach was more than 4 months old, but Wu Qing was still hanging around her all day long, and the house she found for Wu Qing was either too far away, or the facilities were too poor, or the rent was too high, so she didn't want to move out for all sorts of reasons. The only thing is that Li Ji's mother also maintains a strong Wu Qing as a daughter, sent a message who want to mention again to let Wu Qing move out, she and Wu Qing together to move out. This time, Li Ge was too scared to make a big move. After that, Wu Qing is like a rubber candy sticking to their family. Song Xiao is thinking that when the baby is born, she will use the reason that there is not enough room to invite Wu Qing out. Even if her mother-in-law loved Wu Qing, she would not disregard her own grandchild. As she saw her stomach slowly bulge, the child in her belly stabilized. However, the mother-in-law always stared at Song Xiao's stomach, muttering that it was too round, making Song Xiao always feel a little uncomfortable. That night after the bath, Song Xiao, Li Ge too lying on the bed, Li Ge began to monkey around to undo Song Xiao's clothes. During the day, they asked the doctor, mid-pregnancy can be coitus, as long as the amplitude is not too large. Halfway through, he accidentally made a little noise, and his mother-in-law immediately knocked on the door, telling Song Xiao to go out and say a few words. With no choice, the two had to stop it. Leaving Li Ge alone in the room, the mother-in-law pulled Song Xiao into her room and reprimanded her. What kind of woman is so shameless, pregnant with a child and still thinking about that, are not afraid to hurt the baby in the tummy? Simply disgraceful to a woman's face. A reprimand down, Song Xiao has long been too ashamed to look up. After half a day of training, the mother-in-law's words turn, young couples so forbidding, one day sooner or later to go off, simply live separately. Song Xiao moved out and their own sleep in a room, their own sleep light. The night can also take care of Song Xiao. Song Xiao was thunderstruck by this proposal, immediately refused. What kind of couple sleeps in separate rooms when they are pregnant, or sleeps with their mother-in-law? I don't know what kind of brainwashing his mother had done, but he tried to persuade Song Xiao to agree, saying that if he didn't hold back his movements one day, he would hurt the child in his stomach. In this way, Li Ge a bedroom, Wu Qing a bedroom, Song Xiao and mother-in-law a room, settled down. Song Xiao thought in her heart, what kind of strange family did she marry into? What kind of strange combination is this? I am really lazy now, I get up more at night. I always ask Li Ge to give me a hand. Li Ge is also a long time to sleep poorly. Simply wait for the child to be born. She has the energy, the family, and then properly straighten out the whole thing. As for Wu Qing, Li Ge, in addition to listening to his mother, or a standard straight man, she is not worried about the separation of Wu Qing can make what demon. Only she still underestimated the degree of White Lotus shamelessness. The next thing stirred up their family turned upside down. Song Shao and Li Ji's marriage also appeared to be a crisis.